One memorable moment in music for me, when I was 8 years old, I was so frustrated learning a song. My mom was trying to teach me, and I just wasn't having it. I decided to run away from home. And so I was like, I'm done with piano, and I had my little tantrum, ran out the door, ran down the street at Diamond Head. I made it half a block. I realized I don't got food, I don't got clothes, I'm an 8-year-old. This is terrible. I went back home, and so my experience of running away from home was probably about a minute 30 seconds. So I made it 90 seconds. Please don't do that. But what are the 5 tips I believe that either keeps a student engaged or maybe gets also gets them to transition out and quit? And the opposite of winners are not losers; it's quitters. And so, number one, you gotta what I had to learn, and what I like to encourage my students, is you're either going to make emotionally based decisions in the moment, or you're going to make character based ones. And a lot of times when I was an 8-year-old, my emotions were, all I saw was 5 seconds in front of me, and I didn't like the feeling of being exposed that I didn't understand something. So that was math, whatever it was. I felt like a failure, and I felt like my mom had an expectation. She's like, you know this, you can do it. I'm like, if I knew this, I would have figured it out. And I don't know this. And I put this mental block, and it seemed like there were outside forces reinforcing that. And now I needed to have this conversation, or I needed the encouragement. Are you going to make an emotional one? 99% of the time, emotional based decisions lead to failure. I'm tired, I don't got time to cook. Okay, so McDonald's becomes the option. Is there anything bad with McDonald's? No, but if we do it for 3 meals a day for 30 days, 40 days, 60 days, 2 months in a row, it does something that's irreversible at times. And if we do that for, okay, I don't want to do this character-based things, I'm going to go play video games. And if we don't tell our time where to go, it will always flow to our areas of weakness. And that's why we start to live by priorities. We start to live by character. And so I think the number one thing is we are raising adults who happen to be going through childhood. And so we're helping them build the character of an adult, a fully functioning, adding value to the world adult, while they're 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and understanding sometimes they're just being a 2-year-old, they're just being a 5-year-old. But other times, reinforcing that person that God made them to be. And that person is in there, and I think there's a great, I hope it's right, Michelangelo quote, when he went and took this piece of marble, and he's staring at it 30 days. He's like turning it. People are walking around. What is Michelangelo doing? Day 31, within hours, the David statue's there. Why did it take you 30 days when it only took you 9 hours to go and build this statue? And he said, well, David, this statue of David, he was always inside of there. My study of it was just to see what was the things that weren't supposed to be there. Not to see where David, it's what wasn't David. And all of a sudden chipping away. And that's what Michelangelo did. And that's that art and shaping. Where we need, number 2, is the parents' involvement. Doesn't mean you need to know all the piano stuff. It doesn't mean you need to be an expert, but treat this like a white belt. Come in, learn with them. You really want to know, if you know something, you go and you teach it. But come and learn, come and sit in the lesson, come and interact with the teachers, and learn and fail alongside. The greatest thing I'm learning as a father is there's times I need to show my son that I failed, brush myself off, pick myself up, have a great attitude, and do it again. Could you imagine, as a 3-month-old or as a 6-month-old, child gets up, tries to stand for the first time and falls. This walking thing isn't for me. As a 6-month-old, 9-month-old, that's cute. As a 19-year-old, as a 30-year-old that's just crawling because I tried it once and it didn't work, that's weird. And so let's build people of character. And so I know I said 5, this video will only do 2, but really it's understanding what we're trying to build is character. And so emotionally it might not feel good for the first lesson. Emotionally it might not feel good for the second lesson, but if we don't quit and give up, and we ask the questions and we build a rapport, character will be developed, and an aha moment will happen, and breakthrough will happen, and it'll be one of the greatest things, because it's not just breakthrough in music, it's breakthrough as a person. And number 2, having that parental involvement that is encouraging, that's understanding and coming alongside. I can only do a 30-minute or an hour lesson. They have the child for the rest of the week. and the way the parent interacts with the child, that's going to carry on who they become as parents. And that becomes the next generation. So we're teaching values and character. And I'm so grateful for that through the venue and tool of music. So please come with us on that journey.